So you niggas better ride for me.
LAPD on my dick, I'ma squeeze and bust. LAPD on my dick, I'ma squeeze and bust.
Started in this parking lot. We grew up around here. This Shell gas station behind us used to be owned by a black man. When we was younger, we used to catch the bus going to school there. And we used to always want to own something. And we used to walk this way going home. Across the street at this Louisiana Fried Chicken. We used to hustle in that parking lot. When I was running around trying to get money, I used to always drive by this lot. And Nip, my brother, used to always be in this parking lot. It used to be probably like 15, 16 people in the lot. A lot of these buildings was abandoned, and they used to be in the lot hustling. So this lot means a lot to me, means a lot to Nip. You know, niggas done stood tall in this lot, and opened up businesses, and fought, and got shot at.
Yeah, so we right here, Crenshaw and Slauson. Take a walk with me. I'm gonna just walk through the lot with you and talk real quick. Yeah, so you know, originally we had this location right here. It was called Slauson Tees. We didn't have these two corners of this third space. We was operating out of this space right here. You know, my brother had, you know, caught a case, went down for a few years. So we ended up losing this space. When he came home, you know, he did like 3 years with 80%. And when he came home, you know, he had a little money saved up. I had a couple dollars when he touched down. We put our bread together. And the first thing he said is, I want to get this spot again. You know, I want to get back where we was at. And at first I'm like, man, you know, we got so much going on with the music. Do you want to be right here? And he like, you know, it's important that we, you know, keep what we had going and also, you know, execute what we started, finish what we started. So he set up a table on this bus stop right here on Crenshaw and Slauson. And basically he was selling t-shirts and socks on parole on a table. You know what I mean? Every day you drive down Slauson, you'll see my brother in the middle of the street making his sales. The first, you know, bread he got, he grabbed the space. First, last in the security deposit. And you know, from there it been flipping every dollar.
Man, they used to get up early in the morning, 6:30. Used to go right down the street to Fats, pick him up. Used to post up right here early in the morning before the sun even come out. Be posted up right here in this parking lot, getting it every day. We had our table set up right here. Probably like 3 days in a row, police came, pulled up, took all our shit. We went back, read up. They pulled up again, took all our shit. The third time they put us in cuffs. Put me in cuffs, put Fats in cuffs. We like, man, what's going on, man? We trying to make some money, man. It was a black officer. We like, man, we all black, man. Shut the fuck up. That's what he's telling us. If y'all want to sell something right here, what y'all gonna have to do is do like the tax-paying citizens and go open up a store and lease it and pay rent and sell something out of the shop. Took all our shit. He uncuffed me. He didn't take us to jail and he left. We sitting down on this curb right here, me and my nigga Fats. Just like, fuck, man, what do we do? Everything's gone. You know, we keep taking a loss. Look up, across the street. It's high-speed tax service right now. That was the first Slauson Tees. Right when we look up across the street, there's a big-ass for lease sign. That was it right there. That's what we had to do. That was God telling us that's what we need to do. We need to be in that lot. We need to pay some rent. Stop getting harassed by these police. That's the beginning of this shit.
How many fights I done had in this parking lot, I can't count, man. How many fights Fats had, my brother had, we can't count. How many, you know, incidents with the police right here. Let me show you something. So, you know, if you look where Ant's standing right there, that's where my brother was standing. You know, and if you look where, let me show you, standing about right here. You know, this is where the police was busting from. And police is trained shooters. Police don't miss. And you know, he busting like this in a full clip. And he didn't hit my brother at all.
It's fucked up.
That's Nipsey car, the Beamer.
We've been through so many different tumultuous situations in the parking lot, but the purpose was for what's gonna happen on June 17th. I brought up that story just to let you know, like, it was a higher purpose, I believe, for what we're doing over here. It wasn't to get in trouble with the police. It wasn't to be a menace to the area. It wasn't to, continue a tradition of self-destruction. It was to build. And so all the obstacles and everything we went through for being misjudged and misunderstood, it didn't stop us. It wasn't a brick wall. It was a speed bump. And I embraced it as the resistance, the gravity of trying to do something great.
Turn that out, cause we love you, nigga. And we don't say that. That's what they mad at. That's bullshit.
Fuck them anyway, Nipsey. Keep your head up, homeboy. They just mad at you, homeboy.
Yeah, they got it on something right now.
They just mad at you.
So much underlying events that took place in between me leaving Epic Records and Crenshaw coming out. Real life things, street shit, that never really got written about because it doesn't belong on the front page. My brother going to the penitentiary, us getting raided, was about surviving and defending our, opportunities. And so that took a toll on the music and the productivity. I don't ever make moves under pressure. I try not to.
Because I saw recently, maybe a year ago or so, the cops raided this place.
Yeah. They do that when they want to. They try, you know what I'm saying, to come through here.
It seems like you're targeted or something like.
Well, this corner is known for something else than what we're doing on this corner. So it's a transition and it's a learning curve that the police even going through to really accept that some people from over here are doing legitimate business and paying taxes and doing everything by the book. That's why, even the other day I parked, even to this day, I parked right there where I'm at. They jumped out on me, the crash police, 4 days ago, and hopped out, let me give me your ID. And I'm telling them, bro,
wow,
you're not gonna find nothing on me. Every time y'all been doing this for how long, bro, you're not gonna find nothing on me. And he took my ID, ran my shit, and he let me go. But I don't take it that personal because they're getting educated also. The police still getting educated to who we are and what our real intentions are. You know what I'm saying?
We bought the lot, man, but I don't know how we did it, And that was a big thing for bro, man, because he used to sell CDs out the trunk. He used to be in that parking lot, and they used to try to kick him out of the lot. And y'all know what we went through with the police in that lot. And I don't know if anybody knows, we had got a 30-day notice. And they was kicking us out of all the businesses that we own in the lot. And the owner was like, man, I'm so sorry. The district attorney and the police, they putting pressure on us. They said we could lose this property if we don't kick you guys out the lot. I remember this used to be a vacant lot, and people used to be scared to rent the lot. You guys came here, you changed it. People are pulling up. Every lot is rented. And at this point, if you guys still are interested in buying a lot, rather than kick you guys out, we're willing to sell it to you. So at this point, man, we was all broke. Nip had money invested everywhere. And we shook hands and said we do want to buy the lot. We didn't know how we was going to do it, honestly. And Nip went on a scramble. I went on a scramble, tapped in with JP, the whole team, and I honestly don't know how we did it, but we was able to close and get the lot, and Nip was so proud of that and so happy of that accomplishment. I don't drink, man, but I went ahead and took a shot with bro for that, man,
There's definitely a historical precedent of police and government agencies orchestrating the murders of countless figures throughout Black history. Whether you're talking about Fred Hampton and the organization of the Chicago Police Department in Illinois to murder him.
In the case of Nipsey Hussle, You saw that he was meeting with heads of state, that he was becoming very influential in the community around the youth.
There will be a lot of people that did not want to see him survive, that did not want to see him to continue on the trajectory that he was on, because it was one of power, it was one of strength, and it was one of uniting a community.
How can you believe that the cops are anything innocent in any of this, especially when we know the Attorney General is trying to shut down Slauson and Crenshaw, shut down the shopping center there. The LAPD isn't necessarily known for being your friend. They're really known for trying to terrorize us.
The city attorney's office had been tracking Nipsey's property, alleging it was a hangout for the local gang, and that it was the site of attempted murders, shootings, and robberies.
Crenshaw and the surrounding areas don't have the greatest relationship with the LAPD.
Mm-hmm.
Did that spill over into Nipsey? Did he ever say to you he was having trouble with the police? Or?
I never heard Nipsey grouse about the police. I've heard a lot of officers grouse about Nipsey, and so why does he get to have a business, and why do people like him, and why is he looked up to in the community, that kind of thing.
I mean, isn't that a crazy question that a police officer is asking? Why should Nipsey be allowed to have a business? Like, what does that even mean?
I think a lot of times there's the false expectation that people who have been the target of LAPD will never be on the side of owning a business. I mean, myself, I always tell people, I've had a gun pointed at me 5 times in my life. 4 times were by police officers. And now I'm on the city council, and I get to vote on their budget, and I get to vote on their personnel policies, and so it's happening.
I mean, did you know much about the investigation when it was taking place? Did you ever hear anything about it?
We were tracking it, and after the Sunday that Nipsey Hussle was shot, they were supposed to meet. The day after? Literally the day after they were set to meet, yes. I do think there were people intent on carrying out a vendetta against Nipsey Hussle and his family. I think those people are still around. I think that...
Within the LAPD?
I think within the LAP and beyond.
The next stage from that, though, is that the LAPD had some involvement in his death.
Usually there's some build-up, or there's some logic, or there's something that...
Some pre-existing beef or something.
Yeah, like there's an argument, there's something. In fairness to people who come up with things like that, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Nipsey Hussle was murdered, and he was killed just before he was about to meet with city leaders and the LAPD about reducing gang violence.
Hello?
Hello. LAPD call a lot of slack. We call a lot of slack from the family, and we don't want to go down that road anymore.
Why is it so bad? I don't understand. Because,
the family was just, at that time, anti-cop, and LAPD made some statements, and from there, it just went downhill. So, and our boss don't want to make that mistake again. He doesn't want to be involved.
so much of this story seemed to be about a lack of trust between the police and those around Nipsey.
Nipsey Hussle, who the LAPD praised as almost a hero.
Not almost. They did say the things that he was doing in his community, they said were extremely heroic. The day after his murder, they held a news conference. They spoke glowingly about him.
They did indeed. Well,
and as they were doing that,
they were in the middle of a criminal investigation involving Nipsey Hussle, and it all centers around his Marathon clothing store and what appears to be what the police believed was a hotbed of gang activity.
Right.
Now, this is really interesting, and I'm just going to say this. I mean, look, the LAPD is very conscious of the community, all communities in LA, but especially in South LA, because there's been a history there of tension. And, I think what they're trying to do now is, they didn't want this out, for sure. And the New York Times first found out about this, but we've confirmed that there was this investigation going on, not just with Nipsey, but his business associates as well. Now, I can't get a complete answer about what it was that they felt he was doing that was criminal.